Your turn to go on to the next question that came in, and it's all yours.
It's your turn.
No, oh, it is.
I read that one.
Okay. I'm getting lost here. Okay. My husband pegs the meter at being quiet. Probably an introvert. He will tell you he's not a talker. I heard him in the past. I heard you on the past talk about introverts. Well, he's so quiet most of the time that I'm the one talking, and my guess is that he is the introvert.
Right.
He will not address any problems in our family or us. When I talk to him, he just stares.
Like this?
I kind of like that, yeah. You do that.
I call it the doe in the headlight look. You can't really tell if they're paying attention. They just are kind of
stone face,
looking your direction.
Concrete lips. Anyway, when I talk to him, he just stares. He looks at me, seems to listen, but says nothing.
Means he nods at the appropriate time.
He tells me he doesn't like to fight, but nothing gets resolved. She's got nothing quoted, underlined. Now, with 2 kids and 8 years of marriage, I just can't take it. I can almost hear myself yelling. And the more I do it, the more crazy I think I am. In fact, I am the crazy, ill-tempered, controlling wife that I've heard about. And it makes me really unhappy. What do I do? I read the question. It's your job to give the answer. Here we go. You want to hear it?
You know, he sounds like he is an introvert. And introverts tend to be very quiet people. They know a lot about what they know. They like to process internally, but some introverts really get lost in their own processing, and so they don't come out they're not very forthcoming in talking about anything, although they may have good answers and good information.
And to the listener, I am considered an expert in the field of anger. I'm one of those guys that even did my PhD.
It doesn't mean he is angry.
It doesn't mean, well, I did my PhD in this field. And I will tell you that when people are angry and you have the extrovert personality or the introvert personality, they tend to process their emotions differently.
Right.
The extrovert wants to talk about it, wants to put it on the table, wants to let's solve these issues, let's get on with it. But the introvert spins and spins and spins, and they're thinking, but the thoughts that they have are not coming out.
And that drives an extrovert nuts.
It drives, yes. And so as she is increasing...
she's spooling up.
Oh, yeah.
She looks at him and she thinks he's doing this on purpose.
Yes. You're right. She thinks that you're being quiet to punish me. Mm-hmm. But he's not, is he?
Probably not.
Oh, she said.
He sees her spooling up and she's in his face about this and about that. Yeah. And he's like, you just need to give me a break. He doesn't say it, but he thinks it. So he shuts down. If she would step back and give him a chance to process and not scream when he starts talking, she might get something out of him.
So she needs to give him more time?
She needs to tell him what she thinks the problem is and how she would like it solved. And then she needs to step back and give him some time.
What I found that works with introverts, if you will, is if you set a problem, you tell them, explain to them what the problem is, ask them if they agree, encourage them to talk, and then say, hey, look, today is Monday. How about we set a time on Friday at 5 o'clock? We get away, 6 o'clock, get away, go have an appetizer someplace. Mocha cappuccino. And then that gives you a chance to work towards processing this. Mm-hmm. And I have found about 80% of the clients that have this mismatch, extrovert, introvert, mm-hmm. it works.
The introvert will do the work and come with either their thoughts or their notes and some good ideas about how to solve it because they've been given the time to process it. And they know that it's like holding them accountable. They know that at some point they have to be able to talk.
I do personality testing at my clinic. Everybody that comes in to see me that enrolls in my anger management program does a version of the Myers-Briggs, which is a personality and temperament test. It's going to amaze you. 80% of all of my court-ordered anger management clients are introverts.
Yeah.
80%. You would think 80% would be the extrovert, the loudmouth, big person that's, just always intimidating, he's got that energy going out. Not true.
But how are they when you meet them?
I'm sorry.
How are these introvert people when you meet them?
Well, they come in very quiet. They've got the stone face. They sit in class. They do the nonverbals. They radiate the intensity of their displeasure through their facial expressions and body language. And when you're in a closed room, you get them to talk, then they'll start to be more pointed in their criticisms of the system and why they shouldn't be there. But, you'll often hear me say, these are the kind of people that will tell you, if you knew the situation that occurred, you'd understand why I shouldn't be here.
Yeah.
Because they're saying, you made me do it. This isn't my fault. See, when the suppressed person, the quiet introvert person explodes, absolutely stuns everybody. That personality shift where they go from being the quiet, unassuming person to this loud, belligerent, throwing, screaming maniac. It's such a big shift. That's why they get arrested, because everybody around them is saying, oh, my God, she's lost it, or he's lost it.
Sure.
Call 911. Get him here right away. She's nuts.
Right. Of course, the people that are usually talking finally understand them.
How do you mean?
Well, the introvert's finally saying something.
Yes, I see what you mean. So now you make sense to me. You finally spoke up. You're finally telling me what's on your mind. But then what soon happens after you realize that you've overstepped your boundaries and you made a...
Well, it doesn't change you permanently. You don't start being this outgoing, outspoken person. You go back to being your quiet, unassuming self, because the overflow has happened.
We see that cycle.
Yeah.
I always want to point out to you, if you will, when we communicate, only 4% of the words we communicate, 4% of the meaning is the words.
Right.
That 39% is the voice inflection and the voice tone, and 57% is body gestures.
Right. So on radio, we don't get body gestures much.
That's true. But
you can pay attention to the tone, and we're getting ready to go to a break. So.
Yes. Oh, okay. Hope you enjoyed that. Again, this is Dr. Carrie Pilet. We look forward to getting back after commercials. Thank you very much.
And we're back. You are listening to Soulmates with Dr. Pilet and Carrie, and I'm Carrie. In case you
I'm Gordy.
In.
Yeah. I was wondering if you knew where we were.
Hey, we got another question that's kind of similar to that last one about quiet people. This is the quiet person.